Hey everybody, this is Ed from the Whiskey Tangent Podcast, here with another Whiskey Short, and joining me always is Scott.
Hey everybody.
And he's going to tell you what we're going to do tonight. But first, we have two special guests with us that you heard last week on our Journeyman episode, Paula.
Hello.
And Aaliyah.
How's it going?
And Scott's going to tell us what we're doing.
Yeah, so Ed is the one that usually provides the impetus for the shorts that we do. He usually goes to
I
Bernash.
don't have a problem with that. What are you talking
What?
about? Impotence.
Impetus.
And if I did, why would you tell the public about that?
Impetus.
Focus, boys.
Impotence. Yeah. Never mind.
Focus, boys.
He goes to Bernash and he picks up something, or Billy says, hey, try this one. And then we do it on the podcast. But during the holidays, I went to the liquor store and got, various presents for friends and stuff, for Ed in particular. And I picked up one and it was the wrong one. It was the wrong version of the thing that I knew Ed liked. So I was like, well, I'll just keep it because I think it's delicious. Well, I think it's going to be delicious. I haven't tried it yet. Then I saw another one. It was a new whiskey that came out and we did it on the news. So then in the new year, I started looking at them and going, I could do both of these because they have a couple of similarities between them. They're new. I'm not sure if Aaliyah and Paula had them before because they're new. So I thought, well, let's do it on the podcast when they're here.
And I don't even know what they are.
Thank you.
So the only person who knows is me. So to introduce this is the high proof, high price MGP-sourced pair of barely rye Ryes quick taste.
Whiskey Short.
The Ryes are that we have. The one that I was going to buy you, Ed. Remember at your place when the guys were gathering for the Eagles game and Sergio came over and he brought the Smoke Wagon rye.
Yeah, oh my God, it was so good.
So that rye was 51% rye, 49% corn. I picked up the Malted rye, which is 51% rye, 49% malted barley.
Wait, from Smoke Wagon?
From Smoke Wagon. Yeah.
Shut the front door.
So that's what's in our number one glass here.
Holy crap.
The second one that I have in our number two neat glasses is the Old Ezra number 7 rye, which is their brand new rye that they just put out a couple months ago.
I just saw that yesterday.
Yeah. So
And you know what I said, Scott? I'm so stupid. I'm going, wait a minute, Old Ezra's a rye? Because I looked at it, it was 114 proof. I'm like, wait a minute, that is 114 proof.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I stood there in the aisle, I'm going like, it's not a rye. And so the bottle's identical. Can we agree on that?
Oh, yeah.
The bottles are identical. They just changed the word rye. And I walked around for like 5 minutes and told wine going, I don't know. It's having some issues.
yeah, there's the malted rye.
Oh my God, I'm
from
so
Smoke
excited
Wagon.
about the Smoke Wagon, man. I'm really pumped.
Oh, look, I feel like we're in school. We have to pass the
Show and tell.
Show and tell.
Oh, right.
And here's the Old Ezra. You're right, Ed. It looks exactly like
The last show and tell I did got me a restraining order, but anyway. Aaliyah and me never went to court over that, so it'll be adjudicated.
Listen, we can't talk about it.
Right, there's a cease and desist order.
So I was going to leave it up to you guys which one we would want to try first.
Oh, I think the Smoke Wagon. Well, what's the proof on it?
Higher.
It's higher. It's 119.36.
Oh, then no, I think maybe I'm wrong. I think maybe we should do a straight rye, Old Ezra, which is 114, and then do the malted and see if we can tell the difference. I think the malted might mess up our taste buds.
Also, in keeping with our doing it with proof, we go the lower proof to higher proof, even though they're not really that far apart.
No.
Okay, so the Old Ezra 7-year is a straight rye whiskey. It is 114 proof. The mash bill is 51% rye, 49% corn, plus 95% rye, 5% malted barley. The proportions, though, are unknown. This is all sourced from MGP, as I said. Age is 7 years, obviously. The distiller company is Lux Row out of Bardstown. The owner is Lux Co. of St. Louis, Missouri, but their parent company is now MGP. That was in January 2021. They spent $475 million to acquire them.
Right. Scott and I came up $477.5 million short on that bid, as I remember.
Sorry to hear that. Wow.
Yeah. Since it was $475 million, you mean we were $2 million in debt? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, the price is like $80. I got it for $75.
Did you have a coupon?
It was a bargain.
It's coupon. I have coupon.
Wait, do you say coupon or coupon?
Coupon,
Yep.
I say.
Paula is being very quiet right now.
I'm going to probably go with the coupon.
I knew it.
So, just swirl it in your neat glasses.
All right.
Ooh, smells really nice.
Oh, it does.
Floral and orange and
Definite orange.
I got a little fruit on that.
I got definite orange on that,
I'd
Ed.
say I'm not getting the floral.
Second orange. Oh, I really like the nose. I am getting the dill, floral, rye, spicy on the nose with the orange mixed in.
Dill, huh?
A little bit.
I'm going to hold back on the pickle jokes.
absolutely. Absolutely.
We got pickles over there to cleanse our palates, as the Estonians do.
I love it.
Anybody else got anything on the nose?
I mean, I got a little bit of vanilla in the beginning, like a shortbread, but nothing crazy.
Is there even vanilla in shortbread?
I don't know. I always feel
guess
You know
it's
what?
just
vanilla.
sugar.
You know what? Let's ask the Scottish Lord.
I
What-
I don't
what's
know,
that?
Lassie.
What-
I'm
what's
going to
that?
look it up. How's that for your Scottish?
Well, I mean, what's
Well done.
I mean,
well done.
was it? Was it?
I mean, I guess because I'm used to vanilla cake being, it's not chocolate looking, so I guess I just jumped in with vanilla.
There is vanilla in shortbread.
Okay, you just Googled it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
We're revoking your lordness title.
Are we for the bad accent or for looking it up?
Yeah, both. But you're now a lass.
Oh,
You're not a lord anymore. Now you're a lass.
alas.
Shockingly, I took another splash so I could add some water.
Yeah, sure. Like if you ladies run out,
Or if you want some water, there is some water provided.
Yeah, I tend to like it opened up a little bit. Just stop, Scott.
woo, Ed, you gonna take that?
No,
I'm gonna
Ed's
let it go.
busy.
Gotta let some go.
Ed's busy.
I tell you, with a little bit of water, it takes down a little bit of the heat on the finish and opens up, I think, now some vanilla and caramel flavors.
Oh, I feel like it took it down a lot.
Yeah, don't you feel like it opened up some of that vanilla
Yes.
and caramel?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Actually, I did, but
Go right ahead.
no, I feel like that peppery finish was so overwhelming. I didn't get any of the other stuff. So remarkably different.
Yeah, it doesn't linger as long as it did without the water.
Right, I agree. Adding the water does open it up. It mellows out that burn, and I'm still trying to find the fine nuances of the flavors.
Sure.
But it is definitely enjoyable with a little bit more water.
I get a little grapiness on the finish.
Really?
Yeah, like a green grape.
I was going to say red or green.
Yeah,
right.
Green grape, not like a red wine finish or something.
So like a white wine.
I guess so.
I can kind of see that.
Just a little bit.
With
just
the
a hint
water
of
on it, there's a little fruit sweetness on the finish that wasn't there without the water. This is one case where water makes a big difference, and a nice 3-ounce pour on a globe of this would just be a nice journey, I think. I'd really enjoy that.
Yeah. Are you tasting any orange? Because we all sort of smelled orange.
That's a great question.
But I don't really taste it.
No, I don't.
Interesting, isn't it?
There's a little bit
Still smells like
on the
orange.
tip of my tongue, like a bitter, raw orange oil flavor. That's what I'm really tasting.
Orange oil.
Yeah. Like when you're polishing the furniture, that type of a smell.
That's lemon.
Wow.
No,
That's
no.
lemon oil.
Damn
We're
it.
going to fight now over polish now.
When did Siobhan get here?
I don't know. I don't know about Paula.
Now playing the part of Siobhan.
Leave
Aaliyah.
Siobhan. Leave Siobhan alone. Paula and I might need to switch.
You
I
could
want
switch
you-
for the
For the episode we did last week?
Yes, for last week's episode. Smart.
So the tasting notes on this are really strange. I went to 3 different places, and then every one that I went to was different. So I have 3 different ones, and we're going to do the nose for each 3, then we'll do the palate, then the finish, and see if we got any of them right.
Right, well, we'll see, yeah.
Yeah, but how can you get it right or wrong? I mean,
Well,
It's
no.
not. We
you're
don't.
tasting what you're
It's what we're
tasting.
smelling.
If we match, how about that?
I mean, Ed is channeling lemon furniture polish.
Orange.
Yeah, orange.
furniture.
We guys pledge not to talk about furniture polish
Here
anymore.
we go.
I mean, you don't mean to pull it up right now and like, look, here's what I'm talking about.
I don't want you to pull up anything right now, Ed.
Well, really? I mean, it's
All right, so on the tasting notes, so these are from the Bourbon Lens, the Bourbon Guy, and their own tasting notes. On the nose, candied orange slices, which I think we all got. Rich candy bar caramel. The second guy said dusty aging warehouse,
ooh,
Ew.
toffee, and an herbal mint.
no.
No.
That's a
I
hater
didn't
right
get,
there.
Right, I didn't get any of that.
No. And their tasting notes are lightly sweet and oaky on
We'd
the
like to
nose.
thank George Dickel's master distiller for his tasting notes. just shitting all over their whiskey.
All right, so on the palate, creamy and bold with notes of candy, citrus, caramel, and peppery spice.
Yes.
Yes. The second guy said rich mouthful of toffee, mint, cinnamon, and oak.
I don't get any cinnamon.
I feel like the bourbon guy was
Cinnamon?
tasting something different.
Cinnamon, I can
see
get
cinnamon,
behind.
yeah.
Did you get it? Okay. I mean,
Mint?
I'm getting peppery. I don't know if
I don't get any mint, and I do get a pepper.
Well, since we were talking about oils, have you ever had cinnamon oil?
Oh.
It's very hot. It
Oh,
is
yeah,
very
yeah.
peppery.
Yeah, I used to
sort of-
suck on.
I use it.
no,
No,
toothpicks.
I don't want to know what.
No,
no,
they used to have toothpicks.
don't want to go
sucked-
there.
Okay.
I don't want to hear it.
I wasn't being smart. They actually sucked on toothpicks soaked in cinnamon oil that were really, really hot. Like it would
Yes.
burn your tongue. Like
Yes, I make cannoli. So I make homemade cannoli, and you can't even use a full drop of cinnamon oil because it completely changes the flavor.
You put it in the
So-
cream?
Yes, in the cream.
Wow.
that's
It's
amazing.
definitely very peppery.
The orange furniture polish is
I
also
don't-
strong like that.
It
It's
is.
very similar.
See? I know. You know what? It's funny because I just use the cinnamon one. I figure at least I'll have fresh breath when I, lick the furniture.
After a night at the lounge,
Yes,
that's what happens.
exactly.
Right. Just go home and like,
Exactly.
I need to freshen my breath up. Let me just lick the side of the couch over here.
So their tasting notes on the palate, they just have vanilla and honey. I don't really get a honey quality. We all got kind of vanilla sort of.
I mean, that's really. Did he just phone that in for his work?
I guess so.
Just tell him vanilla and honey. I'm not getting up today.
Listen, I feel like they just kind of threw some stuff out there.
Maybe. On the finish, subtle but long, says the first
Yes.
guy. Long and minty. This guy's tasting mint all over the place with notes of toffee and cinnamon. Okay, we said a little bit of cinnamon. And they're tasting notes, finishing with a warm touch of spice and tobacco.
I'm not even going to lie. I am smelling my empty glass because it was delicious.
Yeah.
But I am catching a bit of that tobacco smell.
Yeah.
And
Once it's
I
gone
was
in the
kind
glass.
Right. I was amazed that you could literally smell it.
It's absolutely a scent on
Okay.
the finish.
Now that you said that,
Yeah.
like I can kind of taste a tobacco on the finish.
Yeah.
Is it the power of suggestion?
Well, we've talked about this. Sometimes it's describing something that you can't really
Put your finger on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But mint, none of us tasted
No.
mint.
No.
Like,
Right.
and that was suggested.
Not even a
You know what I
little bit.
mean? So, like, I think if it's suggested and it's kind of there, you kind of pick up on it,
Right,
but you
that's
weren't able to verbalize it originally. Was that you?
I hit the glass.
Oh, that
as
was
I
you?
sometimes do.
I know. I was like, wait, I heard the
Okay.
ting.
That's a great example, Scott, that we heard a lot of things we didn't taste. And then when they said tobacco, like, oh, I can kind of
Yep.
taste it. So it's
Yeah.
not like we're all of a sudden wanting to be cool or something. And I really didn't see cinnamon, though some of you did, which is great. But I didn't feel pressure like, oh, wait, they all taste cinnamon.
You know, it's funny. None of us got the dusty warehouse.
No, that's like,
None of us got that.
That's just wrong.
That was the bourbon guy.
Yeah.
He's the bourbon guy. Just him.
Just one.
That seems proprietary.
I feel like
yeah.
that's just cocky.
Yeah.
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 You're not the only one.
It's too much.
Who's blaming?
that was me again.
Oh my God, Ed, what's happening?
I have big hands.
You didn't do this at all last week.
Hey, big
I
hands, you
did.
know you're the one. All right, so our
As we-
second
as we
whiskey.
all-
As a cricket's running from the dumpster.
Hey guys, I was having a smoke outside. Here I am. All right. So the second one, which I am absolutely excited to try, the Smoke Wagon Malted Rye. The proof is 119.36.
Yeah, that malted is already giving me scotchy
Yeah,
vibes.
there's no age statement on this, and I really wasn't able to find one, but I'm betting it's a mix of like 4, 5, 6, that kind of thing. This is batch 5A for anyone who cares about that. It was bottled on November 22nd last year. Nevada H&C Distilling in Las Vegas. Jonathan Hensley and Aaron Chepenik are the owners. Ed and I did the whole story about Smoke Wagon on a short in
Yes.
season 5, July of 2021, where we tasted their uncut unfiltered, which we also loved. And then we talked about what a smoke wagon was. It's a gun from the Civil War era. And Ed and I performed a short sort of one-act play based on an interview of the two founders because they were talking like Ed and I do with each other.
The nose
Oh, it's
isn't-
so strange. It's
Yeah.
a grassy,
It's giving that earthy kind of
yeah, like a
like
lowland
vegetation.
scotch.
like fermented vegetation.
Yeah, like a cut lawn or something.
I've got honey.
Honey. I mean, I do kind of smell the honey. I get a little vanilla.
Yeah, yes.
I get like that caramel honey note.
Yeah.
You don't get any honey at all, Ed?
Honey.
Honey?
I'm smelling a sweetness. I almost get like a wine smell
Oh,
on it. I'm almost get like a port wine smell on it.
Like the first half a second when you smell it, you almost catch that port smell.
Interesting.
But it was very faint and quick.
Yeah. I actually just bought a bottle of port yesterday. No relevance to this at all, but
That's fascinating.
Oh my gosh. I just took a taste of it. Whew,
Wow.
that's different.
it's good. My first thought is it's good. Now let's see why.
You still get a little bit of that grassiness, but it has like clove and a bit of anise.
It's definitely hot.
But not as hot as you think it would be at 119.
Yeah.
Right. No, definitely not.
Don't you feel the old Ezra was a little more hot in the throat?
Yes.
Yeah,
It had also like more of a peppery, bitey.
it did.
Yes.
Yeah.
The old Ezra. Yes.
Yeah, this doesn't, and that could be the malt.
The smoke wagon, I feel like, is a longer, more subtle
Yes,
hot.
definitely
It doesn't.
is.
Yeah.
Whereas the old Ezra just really kind of smacked you.
I'm surprised by this flavor profile. This is so interesting.
I'm getting like a leather tobacco
Yeah?
on this as well. Very much so.
After adding a little bit of water, I am catching a little bit of that tobacco.
Yeah.
For sure. On the nose.
I agree, Paul.
Yeah, and it's more leathery on the palate too,
Yeah.
with the water in it. Wow,
Yes.
that leather really comes
Right?
out.
And as much as I've never said, leathery taste.
Yeah.
I can actually say
I
now.
mean, I assume
yes,
that we taste
leathery.
leather like it smells to us. Like
Yeah.
that's
Well,
all.
and
I mean,
exactly.
sure.
That's how
But
I always say, like
I've
wet
never eaten
Band-Aids.
tobacco either,
I
but
don't
I've smelled
suck on
it.
a Band-Aid, right?
Right. Okay, so I put water in mine, but I haven't tasted it yet. So I'm curious to see whether I'm going to taste leather.
I can help you taste some leather sometime if you
Oh
want.
my goodness.
I couldn't even taste it because I almost choked on
She
it.
snorted out of her nose, Ed. My God.
Let's not waste it.
Yeah, let's not waste it.
Wow.
Just
Okay.
dab your nose on the towel.
Let's try that again.
Okay.
Let's try
Do
that
you
again.
need a sleeve?
I'm good.
Oh, it's a
I'm
win.
good. Yeah, Ed, shut up. Stop talking.
So
Ed.
crazy. Everybody gets in the mode so quick with me.
Yeah, I wonder why, Ed. I wonder why.
I can't imagine.
Gabe, Siobhan, me, Jeff.
Oh, I knew Leah would have no problem keeping up with me.
God, I feel like adding the water made it hotter.
Oh.
It's spicier for me.
I agree. Like
you
it's
agree with me?
burning in my throat right now more
Right,
than it
the
was
back of my
before the
throat,
water,
yes.
and I don't know why that would be.
No, it doesn't tamp down any of the burn.
No.
And it doesn't smooth it out.
No.
It just gives it extra flavors.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I put not enough in, or maybe I put too much in. I don't know.
I know. I try to be very kind of conservative when I add my first bits of water.
Yeah.
I mean, so I was looking at
Right.
like 3-ish drops or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering what's it going to be if I add just a little bit more, because I don't want to like ruin it, but yet it's that fine line.
True. You can also just add more whiskey if
Yes.
you pour too much water in. That's the antidote.
It's the antidote for all whiskey problems.
Did you say the antidote?
Yes.
Yes, because it's all about Ed.
The
The
antidote.
antidote.
Now you're learning. I am the Edicenter.
I don't know.
Edicenter.
That was terrible. No, but I definitely.
It was Ed excruciating.
That was actually better than the other one.
Yeah, I mean.
And it's so
Both
funny that they
fine.
both did it, right? At the same time.
Oh, we're
We-
so
A
dumb.
well-oiled machine with these guys.
That's what that sigh is. Oh, God, we're dumb. Why does anybody listen to us? We
Okay.
ask that
For
daily.
sheer entertainment and knowledge mixed in.
Thank you, Paul.
I just noticed, so I just took some more from the bottle so it was straight, and I drank it. It really had a great burst of flavor initially, but I feel like the flavor is very, very short on this. So I love to see what they say about the finish, because I find
Yeah.
the finish to be very short on this. Not unpleasantly so. I don't think everything has to go on for days, but for being 119, it's a little shorter than I expected, and actually a little shorter than I first experienced, and I'm confused about
Without the water? You mean?
Yes.
Yeah. I think you're right that it is shorter than the old Ezra.
Yeah.
And that could be the aging. Because we know the old Ezra 7, but we don't know the age statement on the Smoke Wagon. And I feel like if it wasn't a blend of different ages,
Yeah.
they would have stated what the age was.
Right.
So it's got to be some younger stuff mixed in there. And that could be
Yeah.
what is demolishing the finish for you.
So what's the tasting notes?
Okay, so these are from Reddit because I wanted to find one from Batch 5A that we got. So this is a guy on Reddit named Micro7777.
Wow, it is Vegas.
Oh, that's right.
Well done.
Well done. So on the nose, a rich caramel and maple syrup mixed with clove, ginger, peppermint, and a hint of peaches.
What?
Underneath is a rich malted cereal, rye bread, and barrel char. This smells like Christmas in a glass.
I mean, barrel char, I can get that.
I got the maple syrup kind of have that like the
Yeah.
little slight sweetness to it.
I definitely got clove.
Yes.
A hint of peppermint. I can actually see that. But peaches.
no.
No way.
peaches.
Well, no.
On the palate, creamy and viscous with rich caramel, clove, stone fruit, and rye, followed by peppermint, ginger, creamy malt, and allspice. I get most of that.
Yeah, I'm all.
Because I said clove, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
So on the finish, allspice lingers for what seems like forever, which, fuck you, Ed.
Exactly.
Ending with
big
oaky
fuck you.
char, more caramel, clove, and peppermint, and a helping of malt and rye.
Yeah, I mean, most of that's there.
I agree with you, though. It's not as lingering as the old Ezra,
Yeah.
but I think I like it a little better than the old Ezra just because I like the weird kind of grassy, rye spice,
Yeah.
clovey,
Yeah.
sort of deep, grainy tastes more than I like the sweet taste. Not that old Ezra is bad. Old Ezra is great. I'm going to love drinking these
Right,
neat
unless-
and
right.
in cocktails.
Unless
and,
I sneak one out.
unless Ed steals one.
If I had to choose between the two,
Yeah.
I would go Old Ezra.
Old Ezra, okay.
And so would I, but I do respect what Smoke Wagon and MGP
Oh,
did here.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, agreed.
And I would love it once in a while for a change of pace, but if I can only have one, I think I'd take the old Ezra rye.
Yeah. Paul, how about you?
So I'm actually going to have to go with the smoke wagon.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm enjoying the
Yes.
old Ezra, but it definitely has a different note on it. And if I pick up the wrong bottle because someone took the other one, I'm fine with that.
Right.
All right, so final thoughts. Ed and Aaliyah like the old Ezra.
Yeah.
Paul and
was
I
your-
like the
you
smoke
like-
wagon.
Right.
Okay.
On a road trip, it'd be perfect. You guys
Yeah.
can sit in the front seat and have the smoke
Just
wagon.
pass it back and
We'd be in
forth.
the back.
Wait, I'm driving? Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you're driving.
I'm driving.
Oh, shit.
I don't trust any of your asses.
Well, how about we hire a driver so we can just focus drinking?
That's
Well
better.
done. You know, I got one better.
done.
I have a camper.
Oh.
There we go. We might as well go camp down the Pine Barrens in Gabe's country, and his minions will give security. Y'all gonna be drinking whiskey, doing that funny talk y'all do on that podcast.
Funny talk.
You guys are funny as long as Gabe's here.
Hey.
We don't like you guys as much as we like Gabe.
Listen, you're talking to a piney right now.
Are you a piney?
Yeah.
Yes, I grew up in Pemberton.
Well, if
Get
you,
out.
I'm the one dancing around naked with the
Nice.
Jersey Devil.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, Gabe will love that.
that's right.
Me
No.
and Jim Leeds.
Yep. Wow, that's a
That's a deep
dive.
cut into
Deep dive,
Jersey
right?
lure. Holy shit.
All right, so let me take us out.
Yeah, take us out, Ed.
So, once again, in the spirit of always bringing you the cutting edge whiskey that you can try, ones that just came out, very new, the Smoke Wagon Malted Straight Rye and the Old Ezra Rye, 7-year aged. Go get them. Honestly, whatever your profile is, if you tend to side with what I like to drink, then go get the Old Ezra. And if you like Scott's fucked up palate, then by all means, go ahead with the Smoke Wagon Malted Rye and enjoy that because it's a delicious whiskey as well. And so for the Whiskey Tangent Podcast, I'm Ed.
I'm Scott.
I'm Aaliyah.
And I'm Paula.
Cheers, everybody.
Later.